Hi, in this video, we are going to talk about Vim, the Vim editor, VI editor. So I'm looking at your Linux manual, chapter 3, where it says getting started with Vim. Okay, so just go through some of these basic things. I'm going to start with exercise 3.1 basic commands. So the first part says before you start, make sure you're in the home folder for the class. So make sure you are in your home CS161B or whatever you called your home folder. Then you're going to copy the Linux Labs folder from my home directory. So if you are, for example, if you are, here, let me change settings. So if you are in your folder here, what you want to do is you want to make sure you're in your current 161B folder, and then you want to copy from my folder. So if you look here, it's a CP minus R, then you can copy this whole thing. So you can copy and paste from here, but you must make sure you copy the right thing. So you copy CP minus R, just copy this, and there's a period at the end, note that. And what I'm doing here is just right clicking it, or you type it in. Okay, so let's do CP minus R tilde gd.iyer slash Linux labs. That's where I have my files, the lab files. Space, and then you need to put a period. The minus R is to say copy recursively, meaning copy all the folders and files that are in there, right? And then you put a period at the end that says copy everything. And if you hit enter, you have a folder here called Linux Labs. And that's the one that just got created. And if you change over to that folder, you will see that you have some files in here. Okay, as I'm making this, I only have one file, but you will have multiple files. So we are going to be editing these lab files as you go through some of these exercises. Okay, so I will go and get so I will switch over to my original Linux Labs folder and we'll work there. Okay, so here is the file, and we are kind of going to use this to walk through some of these exercises. So it says in Vim, you can move the cursor around. So let's read a little bit of this and then we'll get started with the demonstration. You can use the keys L, H, L, K, J. Okay, left, right, up, and down. Do not use the arrow keys. Log in, change to this folder, and you're going to start by editing this file. Okay, so a couple of different ways to edit it. You can simply type in vi lab1.cpp or vim lab1.cpp, and you hit enter. So now you're in the file. Okay, it says insert header comments to your file by typing I. So if you follow this, I'm going to kind of show you how to do some of these things. You move up and down using this H, L, and so on and so forth. So if you move up and down, here's up with K, here's down with J. You use L to move to the right, H to move to the left, okay? And keep an eye at the bottom where it gives you the name of the file, okay? Now it says go hit I to be in the insert mode. So right now if I type, nothing is going to be there, right? I can't type. I'm not in the editing mode. So you want to be in the edit mode, and I want to insert some header comments. So you go all the way, put your cursor where you want to be, and you hit your I, the letter I on your keyboard. And notice at the bottom it says now you're in the insert mode. Now I can start typing. So perhaps add some comments. This is a program, a demo program, or something like that. Okay. Add your comments. When you're done typing, if you want to get out of the insert mode, you hit escape. Watch what happens at the bottom. The insert goes away. So you're not in insert mode anymore. Now, here are a couple of other things. Let's say you wanted to add more stuff. So So let's say you go here and you wanted to add something at the end of the line. Maybe a semicolon is missing. Shift dollar, like it says here. I'm just following this. I'm in step F. You just follow these steps and they will help you get through this editor. So shift dollar will take you to the end. Now, how do I go after that? I still can't append. I'm not in the insert mode. I can't append or add. You want to hit A on your keyboard. That puts you in the insert mode, but you're now appending after that. See how the cursor moved? So now I can put a semicolon, or the semicolon is already there. So hit escape and say, oh, how do I delete this? Put your cursor on the character that you want to hit, that you want to delete, and hit the word X or the letter X on your keyboard will delete it. Okay, so A to append. Maybe I want to add more lines, or this is fun, something like that. /n, semicolon, hit escape, you're out of the edit mode. If you want to be in the edit mode, A or I inserts at that spot, A will append. Okay, I want to add more lines. So I hit append, A to append, and I wanted to add more lines. Escape, I'm done. Oops, escape, I'm done adding that line. Okay, now how do you delete that line? Oh, that's the line that I don't want. So here we go, we are in step K to edit those lines or delete those lines, excuse me. So you make sure your cursor is on the line that you want to delete, not on any other line, and DD, two Ds, lowercase d's, will delete that line. Okay, well, oh, I didn't want to delete that line. U, the letter U, will undo and put those lines back, or that line, whatever you deleted. Now I really want to delete that line, so I'm going to do DD again to get rid of it. How do you delete single characters? What if you, by mistake, typed in something? Oh, I didn't want that there. So hit escape, go to the character that you want to delete. X, X, X. I'm just hitting X. Will delete letters or single characters. Okay, I want to insert a new line before that. I, wherever you are, enter, tab, adds a new line. Look at the bottom. Anytime you're in insert mode, hit escape if you don't want to be in insert mode. Okay. All right, here's our next part, saving your work. How do you save your work? By typing :W. You must save often because you never know when the server could close. It doesn't save anything. So here I am in my edit mode, whatever code it is. When you are not in the edit mode, if you shift :, notice at the bottom, it brings up the last line where you can type in commands like quit or write, quit or write. So if I just do W, it saves it. If I do :WQ, it saves and quits out of it. Okay. Here are a few more things. Reopen your file to edit and insert another line. Now type uppercase ZZ. So I use my up arrow keys to get my commands back. I reopen the file. I do capital A. Watch what happens. Shift A will take it to the end of the line and insert for me. Okay, then I just hit enter and I added a few more lines. Something like that. Okay. Escape. And what if I do, it says uppercase ZZ, shift ZZ. Quits out of there, but have your changes been made? Let's take a look and see if our changes have been saved here. So if you do go back into the file, the changes are automatically saved. So you don't have to do :write Q. Well, I didn't want that line, so I'm going to do DD to delete that line. And then you do :WQ, will quit out of there. Okay. Go back into it. One more thing. Let's say I made some changes. Okay, shift A to the end, hit enter, make some changes, but I didn't want to save them. I don't want to save them. Oh, I changed my mind. Okay, I'm just going to quit. Hit escape. If you do Q, it tells you no write since last change. Notice at the bottom, add an exclamation to overwrite. So colon Q and your exclamation or bang, it enters as, okay, I didn't save those last changes that you made. So go back into it. Notice that that last line is not there. Colon Q, not uppercase Q, lowercase q, we'll quit out of there. So these are some basic commands to get you started, and this will get you through your exercise 3-1 in your basic commands in your Linux manual.